Hi everyone, I'm gonna do this tutorial. I don't know where I'm looking at. Here? There? Okay. And I'm not really like a big fan of making tutorials, but a lot of people requested this, so I'm gonna do this for you to the best of my ability and hope you enjoy. As a lot of you guys know, my tarot deck is Enchanted Romance. This way, I collected a whole bunch of pictures in a file that I call Pre-Raphaelite Pictures, and then I took each individual picture and I edit them. You can edit them in Photoshop or wherever you want to edit them, but in my case, I edited them in a thing called Paintnet, which is it's a free system, and it helps you. It does all basic things that Photoshop does, but a little bit simplified. So it's up to you how you want to edit it. But the most important thing is whenever you have an image, you have to resize it according to the size that the resolution that they tell you in the two different playing card creators that I've found. The minimum is 300 pixels per square inch, and then most basic tarot cards are 2.75 by 4.75. Yeah, and that's kind of the basic size right there. And so then once you get that, then you can like print that, upload that straight if you want to. But what I did is I made little borders and whatever. The main reason why I did borders was to make sure that the image, all of the image fit in what I wanted to be seen. But you can do it any way you like it. So that is, and I edit it in various ways. Before I leave, there's little adjustments you can make to the brightness and the contrast and that kind of thing. And those are just some basics, or you can make, deepen the hue and whatnot and change it up whatever way you want to. And then this one, has also, like different little paint brush type things that you can do. So, just add your own flair. And those of you who know anything about graphics or Photoshop or Illustrator, any of those programs, it's got a lot of similar aspects to it, and it's pretty easy to use. So yeah, those are the basics on how to doctor your picture before you upload it. And I'm not going to say that. And so yeah, I'm going to click out of that because this is the one that Queen Sugar's using, the printerstudio.com. The one I was using was called makeplayingcards.com. And I figured, well, I'm going to go ahead and do a version for Printer Studio and see, if it's cheaper, if I can sell it through there, whatnot. So I've already uploaded a bunch of my pictures and then put them in order according to the tarot description that I have. I've done the major arcana and I did wands, and so I'll show you how I'll do cups next. And so here we go to upload images. And so I uploaded all the wands, so now I'm going to go back to my file and see I have the major and the minor separated, and then I have all the cups framed here. And so basically I just can Control Shift. Alright, so it shows all of them, and then I push open, and then it'll upload them all over here. So one of the things you gotta do is, title your place where you want to save all your pictures, and so on. Okay, so now we're gonna drag. We're gonna drag all the cups over. So we have, and I uploaded it in order, so it'll be easier. And if you want me to get more detail in any part of this process, just let me know. And then we've got the queen, king, and oh, that was my young king. I don't need him because I'm not using young king. Okay, so I'll save these images to my library, and I made this album called Enchanted Romance. You can make multiple albums for all your images you want to upload. And then also make sure that you save it here, because that's your project. So don't forget to save things. And so, yeah, I'm going to continue doing the next suits, and then I will show you where I am. Okay, and so the next step, so we go to next step. Now that we have all the images we want to use, all 78 images, squares filled. And they'll have all kind of warnings if you did it wrong and stuff, and so you can try again. Okay, next we're going to add text. Okay, and so for the full, I typed 0 plus full. I don't know if I wanted all caps. There. Okay. And then you pick what style you want. The one that I liked a lot, that looked, like it suited the mood, it suited the appearance. There's so much noise outside. Is the chatelaine. And then my size, I'm just kind of random what I wanted to do. Okay. The box is right here. You can move that down. And that's why I made this little area right here for the words. Okay, don't want that to the box. I just want to change the size. Alright, now it's saying 24. Okay, here we go, finally. There. Now, you pick the color, and I found by my first experiment, which was the fairy forecast deck that I made, the best thing to do is have like a bright color like white or light yellow or light blue or something like that, that stands out against the dark, because that's the one it's easiest to read. And so that's what I did. And so then you keep going to each. Oh no, wait. So this is the first row, okay? So you don't want to jump to the next row, because then you'll forget to put words on all of these cards. So this will be the next in line. The Magician, then the High Priestess, and so on. And then you go to the next row, and these are all the rows, so on and so forth. And then once you're done, then you go to the next step. Okay, now we're down to our final step. So we've uploaded all the pictures that you want. We're at the King of Pentacles, the last one of the deck. Got the wording on there, and so we're moving on to the next step. Okay, and so here's our next step. Our next step, we already know that we're doing 78 cards. The image in the front is different images, but the image in the back will be the same image. So we do same for all backs. And I'm not going to put any kind of message on the back. And so we're going to upload images. And I have my back, the backings. And I have sample backings, it might be in there. So different backings. And then, yeah, so I had the darker maroon on one and a lighter one. I think I'm going to choose the lighter one. And upload that one. I'm going to save it to the library so I don't forget. And then all I have to do is drag this over now. And save it. Okay, and I believe it's saved now. And alright, so now we go to next step. And this is totally up to you if you want to add text. I did try that once with just like a monogram, ER for Enchanted Romance, but I didn't think I like the look of it that much, but that's up to you. So the next step. Okay, now we review them. Make sure you have the spelling right on everything and the numbering, because that was one of the mistakes I had on one of the original ones that I made. I forgot to do 13 for death. And so check everything. Make sure everything looks fine. Now, as far as the backing is concerned, you could just even use another, one of the images for the back. I just wanted something pretty and floral and simple. Okay, and now all you do is you add it to the cart, which is your shopping cart. And you can also create. So you're saying yes, that we made sure that the images were public domain kind of images, or ones that you've drew yourself or designed yourself. So we add to the cart. And then here you have them. These are your cards that you can sell. Now, I want to do a tuck box. So the tuck box, it's going to come in a tuck box and probably a plain white tuck box. I can sell it like that and with a plain white tuck box, a window tuck box, or you can add a design to it, I believe. So I would have to go and see if I can add a design to it before I buy it or before I put it in the store. And that was one of the issues that I had with the make playing cards. I wanted them in that nice little box that you see in the video and the flip through of them, and they didn't have it in the marketplace in that box. And so I tried to update that, and then it caused some kind of confusion. So it's real important to make sure you have all of the all of your instructions ahead of time before you go through with this. So when you go for theprinterstudio.com, I just put in a search for tarot cards, and then here is where you start. And then the next page will show you, what you can do. You have choices of your cardstock, standard or superior, smooth, and I chose superior. All right, and then 78 cards for your tarot. Or you can do a deluxe deck, with more cards. That's what my original deck was big like that because I had all these images and I just wanted to go ahead and have them all for myself. Then shrink wrap is just a plastic wrap. That's probably the easiest. And there's the window. I should have done, well, there's the plain white tuck box, there's the window tuck box, and then the custom tuck box. And the custom one would be the one where you design and then once you decide that, then you can decide if you want gloss or matte. I don't know, glossy tuck boxes, that'd be kind of weird. And if you want full color, high gloss, well, you can have gold foil stamping or silver foil stamping. So that's nice, or embossing. So that might be something I want to try. And then what you do is you download this file and then you upload your design. So your design has to fit into the bleeded areas. And I had to reteach myself Adobe in order to make that cute little box that I made. And so yeah, but I definitely think I'd like to make a tuck box or some kind of alternate box. So because the shrink wrap to me just makes the card smell like plastic or something. So anyway, that's in the nutshell how this works. And one more thing I want to show you. When we're searching, I'm going to just click out of this and I'm going to go just to Google. When you're Googling images, Pinterest, all of those images are protected. So it's better if you just go and I look, I could just do, how about I just do Waterhouse paintings. So they're like that. And then, so you can, and then you go to images. Oh yeah, under tools. Okay, there we go. So under tools, you have the usage rights. So you can make sure that it's labeled for, you can reuse with modifications if you make some adjustments to them, labeled for reuse, labeled for non-commercial reuse with modifications, so like for your home use or whatever, and so on. But that would probably be the best one if you want to sell something. And so then these are the images that pops up. And so they're pretty much like public domain. And most of the time you'll find them at wikimedia.org if you're looking for those kinds of images. Okay, so that kind of covers all of that. And I hope that helped you guys. Anything else that you need me to explain, just let me know and I'll see what I can do.